long last, the Lord has arrived. Welcome to my channel. I am Lord Ridiculous, and today we embark on a new review series, testing discounted games bought on impulse through Steam sales, and determining whether or not you should buy these games at full price. First up,
The Fall.
The Fall is a tense side-scrolling adventure game, skirting the line between puzzle solving and point-and-click discovery. It is the first of 3 episodes, crowdfunded in 2013 and developed by Over the Moon Games. You play as Arid, an AI on board an unknown pilot's combat spacesuit. Your main directive is to protect your pilot, who became incapacitated after a mysterious fall from space. The subsequent crash landing activated Arid as a failsafe, and your objective in the game is to gather medical resources to save the pilot's life. Arid awakens in a decaying facility where malfunctioning AI go to be repurposed. The building itself mirrors Arid, whose own state is being called into question as she is disobeying protocol to achieve her main directive. Arid is cold and efficient, whose focused logic transcends any moral decision put before her. Time and again you are reminded that she only has one directive, and without a directive or a purpose, you are worthless. Aside from Arid, there are 2 other main characters. An administrator AI called Hank, who is the nearest thing to comic relief in this game and exhibits human behaviour. The antagonist, Caretaker, skulks around following Arid. His motives, although fitting in the world created, do not break new ground, and like the story as a whole, left me feeling that we have seen this all before. Although The Fall has a clever take on a rescue adventure story, there really isn't much to grip you in the scripts. At times the various interactions become tedious, but the incredible voice acting and futuristically gloomy aesthetic keep you interested. The gameplay style is minimal and can be broken down to 2 basic elements: action and discovery. In the beginning, you highlight points and objects of interest using your weapon's flashlight. You can then interact with these to gain new inventory items and to further the story along. The direction of the weapon is controlled by the mouse. With the right mouse button held to turn on the flashlight, a combination of buttons is then used to engage the item. Shift is then held to access a drop-down action menu, and then A or D can be used to select an action. The pressing of multiple buttons felt a little awkward even to say, let alone perform on a keyboard, and given there is controller support, this might be a better option, as it felt a bit more natural but nonetheless still more awkward than I felt it needed to be. The weapon controls are again quite simplistic. You can toggle between the flashlight for discovery and laser sight when you wish to fire your sidearm. The gunfights, although very scarce, are instantly gratifying, and with an intense pickup and score, they are easily one of the game's highlights for me. The puzzle elements varied from exceptionally easy, i.e. I have only 1 item in my inventory, I guess I should use this, to the completely off the wall. For instance, on one occasion, I had to use a severed head to trick a sensor into believing I had made a lovely home-cooked meal when trying to pass a domestic test set out by the administrator. As far as I can see, there is probably about 3 or 4 hours of gameplay in The Fall, and 1/3 of this is easily spent on one puzzle segment. Just over an hour into the game, to avoid termination, you were forced to perform multiple domestic tasks to prove you can be repurposed as a domestic AI. These tasks can become quite tiresome and frustrating after a while. I felt there was very little direction given, and I kinda needed some luck to get through them. Although the level itself was insanely creepy and reminiscent of the No Fate Foreboding scene in Terminator 2, I felt there was some filler here. Upgrades are obtained in mostly scripted situations when the pilot's life is in danger and Arid can override protocols to utilise them. Some upgrades, like networking with other AI and using a cloak dodge to avoid attacks, were useful, whilst others were more one-use only. In saying that, I felt the way the upgrades were obtained and used in the game to be quite organic and a good addition to gameplay. The sound and visuals are the reason to play The Fall. reminiscent of games like Metroid and Robocop vs Terminator with the added creepy tension of Dead Space. The overly dark palette is only illuminated by Arad's visor and flashlight for large parts of the game. This creates an uneasy atmosphere which is added to by the odd jump scare moment, for instance when a dark silhouette is spotted
lurking in the background.
The sound is mostly atmospheric ambience created by the world itself, but at times, whether it is when you engage a target or you see that silhouette again, the score and your blood pressure cranks up a notch.
Do not evaluate me. There are many mechanisms I oversee.
Innovative, frustrating, beautiful, depressing, engaging, and tedious. All words I find fitting to describe The Fall's duality. I believe that this is a game which every gamer should experience. The tremendous lighting, the chilling tone, and engaging setting all make The Fall a wonderful indie game. A game that at times really hit the mark and made me question my own opinion, making this review quite difficult for me. But I feel the game's run-of-the-mill story, dull puzzles and infrequent combat only compound the main flaw as I see it: the length. At a maximum of 4 hours gameplay and with an out-of-sale price tag of €9.99 or $11, The Fall finds itself against games such as Fallout New Vegas, Half-Life 2 and Dead Space 2, all of which give you way more value for money. I picked up The Fall for €3.99 or $5 in the Steam summer sales, and my recommendation is that you do too. Wait for the next Steam sale and experience this awesome title at a fair price. Thanks for stopping by. I've been Lord Ridiculous. You've been awesome. Until next time. You got a permit for those guns?
I got your permit right here.
Permit denied. Dominoes falling. There's riots in the street. Baby, it is time. There's no retreat. There's no surrender. The Hoff is back, baby.